Yes, we are live. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, whenever you are. My name is Matthew Armstrong, and it is a pleasure to be connecting with you today, to be sharing some powerful practices with you. This is my pleasure. I feel very grateful that I get to be able to share this with you anywhere in the world. It's phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. So how are you doing today? Let me know. Where are you tuning in from? Today I'm drinking super potent water. This is alkalinity 11.5. Super potent. Wow, that charges up the brain like nothing else. So let me know when you come on. A little bit late again today. Sorry about that. So today we're going to work on some hip flexibility. And you'll see that my hips aren't very flexible. I don't have a great deal of hip flexibility, even though I have been doing yoga for decades, for decades. But we're all unique, be you, unique. And I know people that have never done yoga in their lives, but they can just go into full lotus, and they can, if you know what full lotus is, you put your feet up on top of your thighs like that. They can go up in full lotus and even go up and walk on their knees when in full lotus. It's just how they're built, right? We're all built for different things. We are. One thing to understand in life is, you're you, be you. This is the great secret of life. The great thing to do, to be, is to be you. To be unique. There's no coincidence why the you in unique is you. Be you. Be unique. As Emerson said, imitation, envy is ignorance, and imitation is suicide. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that. Envy is ignorance, and imitation is suicide. I've contemplated that many times. What did he mean by that? Envy is ignorance. Why be envious of anyone when you're you? You're you. There's nothing greater than being you. That's the greatest thing in the world, to be you. Wow. So to envy someone else because you're not like them, that's ignorance. Because the greatest thing in the world is your uniqueness. Hey, Adriano, good to see you. Whereabouts in the world are you? What country, city are you in? So being you, and so then, I'm good, thanks, very good. So what do you mean by imitation? Imitation is suicide. Imitation is suicide because you're not being yourself. You're imitating someone else, you're not being yourself. I was in the water yesterday, Adriano, did you miss it? Yesterday we did the ice bath. If you didn't see yesterday's vid, then tune in, then watch yesterday's. Yesterday we did the ice bath. That was a great Sunday session. It was a great session. So when Ralph Waldo Emerson said, envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide, really think about that, yeah? Imitation is suicide because you're imitating someone else, and you're not being yourself. And so it's like you're killing you. By trying to be someone else, you're actually going, I don't matter. Forget about me, I want to be someone else. So it's like suicide. It's like killing yourself. So that's why envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide. What a powerful realization. It's so powerful. So you know, don't we can model others, and we can see their traits within us, but to try and imitate or to envy, it's what is it? Envy is, it's like jealousy, where it's like negative, you know. Adrian was asking, did I put my head under the water? It's actually too small. It's for me to, for that ice bath, for me to get my head under the water. It's too small. I might try it again, but it's not. It's so small in there. I'm up to my neck, and to go anywhere else, if I went under any further, I might not get back up again. So it's not very conducive for going fully submerged, head under the water. Why? Do you know something I don't, Adriano? Do you think there's some extra benefit to getting your head under the water? Yeah. So that's the bit of wisdom for today. Envy is ignorance, and imitation is suicide. So, like I said, we're going to do some hip flexibility today. Work on that. But it's something I've been working on for years, and I may never get into full lotus, no matter what I do. Who knows? Unless I learn some secret, Tibetan technique that allows it. But I don't know. I might have to take my hip out of its joint to then. I have to dislocate my hip to get into full lotus. So that's what we're going to work on today. But how about a few breathing exercises before we do that? So we're going to use the hands. We're going to press. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Breathe in, breathe out. So it's like a power breath. You're tensing in as you breathe out. So breathing in, breathe out. So you're kind of pushing it out, forcing it out. So build the energy in the body. So I place the hands, palms facing each other. From here we're going to pull out, breathing in. Push in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So it's like you're pushing a force field in. Pushing in, it's like pushing against. You can feel the density between your hands. Then when you're pulling out, it's like pulling an elastic band out. You're pulling it out, and then you're pushing in. There's pressure there, yeah? So feel that as you do it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're combining Qigong with yoga here. Integrating systems. My hands down low, breathe in. Push up. Come round, breathe in. Push up. Right, breathe in. Push up. Breathe in, pull up. Then push up. Pull and push. Right, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Very good. So that will have woken you up, charged you up. You're forcing the oxygen, bring it into the brain here. Super oxygenating the brain. When you do that, it's building your internal energy. Already I feel myself really getting warm now from doing that. Okay, so we're going to work on some hip flexibility, but before that, let's just bang out a few sun salutations to fully warm up the body and get ready for that. So you ready? Sun salutations. We're going to do 3. Okay, let's do it. Okay, shaking it out, shaking it all out. Okay, from the side, bring the feet about hip width apart. Place the hands at heart center. Breathing in, stretching up. Stretching back. Oh yeah. Breathe out and down. You hear those cracks? Wonderful. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, stepping the left foot back. Right foot into plank, then pushing back. Heels down, legs straight, pushing away with the hands. Relax the head and neck. Breathe out, drop down, scooping down, breathe in, look up. Toes back. Breathe out, pushing back. Breathe in, stepping up. Foot in between the hands. Other foot, straighten up and up. Good, that's 1. 2 more. Breathe in, stretch up. Stretch back. Breathe out and down. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, step the other foot back. Into plank and pushing back. Heels down, legs straight. From here, let's drop from heel to heel. Loosen up the hips as well. Loosen up the lower back. Push away, bend the knees a bit, push away more. Stretch out the shoulders. Straightening up the legs again, pushing away. Breathe out, scoop down, breathe in, look up. Toes back, breathe out, pop back up. Stepping up, breathe in, breathe out back. One more advanced with a jump, breathe in, stretch up. Stretching back. Breathe out all the way down. Breathe in, look up. And then jump back. All the way down, push up. Back up. Into downward dog. Hold that. And breathe. In out through the nose. Now take the right foot, stretch it up nice and high, drop the left heel down. Bring the heel in, point the knee up, open up the hip. And back down, toe down, lift the other leg up, stretch it up nice and high. Now bring the heel in, put the knee up, open up the hip. Feel the stretch up the side of the body as well. All the way back down. Breathe out and forward. Breathe in, look up. Pop back. Now jumping up. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Number one way to warm up is by doing that. Sun salutations. It's my number one warm up. How does it get any better than that, huh? Right. Do some hip flexibility. Let's start with a little forward bend. Just to work the hamstrings a bit more. Breathe in, stretch up. Forwards. So now, as you're in here, engage your abdominals to pull you forward in the forward bend. So you're not pulling yourself forward with your arms, use your abdominals. That way you protect your back, your spine. If your abdominals are relaxed and you're pulling yourself, put pressure on your spine. And I've seen people pop their vertebrae doing this. Simple forward bend. Yoga can be dangerous if you do it incorrectly. It's actually very easy to dismantle the body, the joints, everything, to dislocate things. If you know the right angles and everything, you can just dismantle the whole body. Okay, now bring one foot in. Start to work in the hips. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out forwards and hold. Good. Bring that knee down if you can. And coming up, change legs. Foot in, breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out forwards. So here it's a little bit of a different stretch than the two-legged forward bend, two straight-legged. Starting to stretch out the hips here, the adductor, the groin. Also coming up more the side of the back here as well. Not coming up through, so the pressure here isn't on the vertebrae, it's coming up the side. So this is a safer one. With this one, you can push it a bit more, even use your hands to pull yourself slightly more, but still keeping these a little bit more engaged, yeah? I'm just coming more into the inside of the hamstrings as well. Hamstrings, a lot of muscle fibers coming up all the way around there. So you just get different areas of it. So reaching all the way across if you can, and put yourself down that way. Good. Coming up. Okay, I'm going to bring both feet together now. Grasping the toes. Bring the knees down, straighten up the spine. Straight back. Now bend forward from the waist. That's another important one. Bending forward from the waist. Don't have your back like this and pull yourself. Straighten up first and bend from the waist like that. It's not a competition to get your head on the ground or to your feet or anything. You just want to push your knees down towards the ground as much as possible. Straighten your back as much as possible and then bend from the waist. Good. And breathe and hold it. Each breath out a little bit further down while still maintaining good posture. Good, coming up. Now we're going to take both feet, I'm going to bring them across each other. And you may not have done this one before. It's more of an unusual one. And it's not easy to get right. So you have to really work on it to get it right. So here, you want to have your knees as wide as your hips. It should be a straight line. They shouldn't go out like this. So you bring your feet as far across as they can. Your front leg is going at a 90-degree angle, like that. Yeah. The back one's obviously a little bit further back. And from there again, you're straightening your back and you're letting yourself go forward and still bringing your foot across even more to make that the same width as the hips. Then drop yourself forward. And this goes deep. This goes very, very deep, and there's very few postures that will get these deep muscles right in the hips here. These abductor muscles that need to be stretched right here. Each breath out. I like gravity to just take you down a bit more. I'm not trying to force anything here. But your body will be going, oh my God, what's that? I haven't stretched these muscles before. Okay, breathing in, coming up. So we're going to change now. Good, so just as you're coming on, let us know where in the world you are, what country, what city. So now bring the feet across this way. So again, get the hips level. And then slowly moving forward from the waist all the way down. Each breath out, just surrender into the posture. Let it happen, relax those hips, release that tension. So much tension can build up in the hips. Emotional stress builds up there. Release it, allow it. Breathing coming up. Very good. Wow. Woo. Let me know, how'd you find that one? That's good. Just write in the comments, how'd you find that one? Okay. So now we're just going to do a little twist. I'm just going to cross the legs, sit up straight, get your spine as straight as possible. Place one hand on the knee, other hand behind you. Breathe in, stretch tall, get your spine tall, and turn around. Each breath out, go a little bit further around. And release that. And the other side, place the hand on the outside of the knee, other hand behind. Breathe in, stretch up, and breathe out, twisting round. And release that. Good. Straighten the legs out again. Now we're going to bring, and this is important to get this one right, I'm going to bring the knee up into the shoulder. Okay? And then from there, holding it up there, supporting the knee, we're going to wrap our arm around. Don't do this and try and do this. Too much pressure on the knee. Bring your knee up to your shoulder, then support it like so. So you're still supporting the knee. Then from there you're going to wrap your arm around like so, cradling the whole leg from the knee down to your foot, cradling like a baby, is just rocking the baby. Rocking from side to side. And straighten your back. Clasp your fingers together if you can, or like that. Both are fine. Loosening up that hip. Rocking the baby from side to side. Feels good. Loosening up that hip. Keep pulling it up towards your chest. Keep straightening up your spine. Okay, from there, we're going to take the foot and put it high up. Let the knee drop. Put the foot high up on the thigh. Elbow into the inside of the thigh. Reaching down to the foot if you can. And just pushing that elbow down, keeping both buttocks on the mat and pushing it down just as far as it will comfortably go. This might be totally easy for you and it might not be, you know, like I said at the beginning, we're all unique. Don't try and force yourself to be like somebody else because like I said, that's imitation is suicide. Good. Keep the body straight, so you're not over like this, right? Body straight, both buttocks on the ground, pushing that knee down. Nice. So releasing that. This is hip flexibility work to build up to lotus, half lotus. Like half lotus is fine for me. Full lotus is, you know, I think I'll have to do some mechanical work to change my whole hips for that one. So bring the knee up to the shoulder, support it like so, then reach the arm around. And if you can get it in the crux of the elbow, that's good. If you can only do this, it's also fine, right? Just work at how you can do it. But that's what we're aiming for, to get it right into the elbow here. Get this arm around. Again, hold cross finger, or like this too. Both are fine. Then rock it, straighten up the back. That's good. Side to side. Rocking the baby. Breathing out through the nose. Always remember the breathing. Always in yoga, we're breathing rhythmically in and out through the nose with the postures. When you do pranayama or other types of breathing exercises, and that changes depending on the type of breathing exercise, depending on the purpose. Generally the breathing just in and out through the nose, nice and rhythmically, relaxingly. Breathing into the area that's tense to relax it even more. Okay, now we're going to take that foot, again supporting the knee here, and pull it in high. There. Grasping the foot, elbow in, reaching down, and then pushing down towards the ground. Already feel, yep, my left hip is more flexible than my right hip. So good. Releasing the hips. If you're an athlete, generally athletes have very stiff hips, especially runners, cyclists. you know, people who run around fields, you know, footballers, whatever. This is great. Gonna work on the hips. Keep both buttocks on the ground, don't let yourself cant over just to get your knee down. And slowly releasing that, straightening that out. Wow, shaking that out. Okay, now grasping one foot, stretch it out. Finish off just stretching out round hamstrings down into the adductors here. Open that up. Keep opening, opening, opening. Good, and back. And the other foot. Stretch it out, hold it, straighten up the back, out to the side, open it, and back. Now balance, grasp both feet, straighten up the body, and out. Should have said at the start, make sure there's no sharp objects behind you, nothing you can fall back onto. Feels good. Hold that. Open it more. Challenge yourself on this one. Okay, and come back down to there. Wow. Okay, so your hips should be more flexible after that, and hip flexibility also equates to, you know, better lower back health as well. And the hips are flexible, lower back is better. You know, if one side of the hips tight, our actual length of our legs will be slightly different, and then we're putting more pressure on one side. That's why I always recommend you know, get yourself a proper chiropractic, get your whole body aligned, and if you do that with the yoga, with massage, with, you know, eating correctly, getting the nutrients into you, with getting the right water into you, with breathing correctly, you know, with thinking right, being grateful and appreciative for everything you have in life right now, and still desiring more because you deserve it and because you're worth it, then it's all good. Thanks for watching. Make sure you share the channel and the videos, and you know, spread the word. It's good karma to spread good news. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and appreciate you very much coming on. So see you again tomorrow, same time, roughly same place. See you then. Adriano, you're obsessed with me going into the ice bath. What's that about? I was in yesterday, and okay, I'll be in again tomorrow for you, Adriano. See you.